I always did ask myself why, and the answer was somebody else. The answer was something else. The answer was a different circumstance. That was why. It was never me. I grew up in a small town in Michigan. It's actually called a village, the village of Shepherd. I lived there for 18 years, my first 18 years of my life, and then in 2008 I came down here. When I came down, I started drinking more. I got with a old college sweetheart, and from there it was just ripping and roaring, drinking every day, because we could. Next thing I knew, I started drinking in the mornings before I went to work. I've always told people with alcoholism, it's something that you can barely describe the life of, and it's something I would not wish on anybody. And one night, me and my ex-fiance got into an argument, and the cops were called, and I got arrested. Going to jail, it's a different feeling. To hear that door shut and slam, after a while, that was life. When you're there for years, you become used to it. It was probably a good month before I was going to be released. I was sent to the reentry counselor, and she started talking to me about this United Way program. The Reentry Program is for people who not only have been incarcerated, but people who have been homeless, people who are going down that troubled life, that are able to go into a safe home where they can just, it's basically a reset button. Yeah, we have to either have a job or we have to do 20 hours of community service, but it's also an opportunity to start saving up your monies, an opportunity to be hooked up with financial advisors, to be hooked up with fatherhood advisors, anything else. I mean, there's not a limit to what help you can get as long as you let somebody know what help you need. And that's what the Reentry Program is. Habitat for Humanity gave me a second chance. So I got in the truck as a volunteer. I went around and I picked up donations. And less than 2 weeks later, I had a job here. Just like United Way, Habitat for Humanity is part of my life. I live this. I've seen this grow from a small store into what it is now. I'm helping somebody and they're helping me, and we're helping other people, and everybody's helping everybody. I think everybody has the second chance. It doesn't matter what you've done and how far you've gone. There's always a second chance as long as you can breathe, as long as you have, breath in your lungs, as long as you're able to get up and go. I think everybody has a second chance. I know now that I don't have to be the person I was 5 minutes ago. I don't have to be the person I was 5 seconds ago, let alone 5 years ago. You had the sober life and you had the drunk life. At that moment, it somehow switched. Like, it just switched where sober life is just so much better. I see it as a responsibility to help others from where I was at. Yes, I do volunteer a lot through United Way. I go back to the jail and I talk with the inmates, I study with them, and I just try to give them a little encouragement on what they could be instead of what they are now. I know for myself, when I was in there, when somebody came in, it meant the world to me. It's very important for me to lead my kids down the right path. I really do like to think I'm a good dad. I know I'm a loving dad, but this is something that I'm working on every day. I don't think I would have been as successful if I hadn't gone to the United Way program, because they, like I said, they have given me so many opportunities. And I do believe that if I would have went straight out into society, that I would have been just right back, behind the 8 ball. I would have been behind, and they really gave me a chance to catch up. I don't believe United Way is about handing out. I think they're about helping handing up.